Hello everyone, this is the Azur Stage Tarot, and since I'm finally done with the Zodiacs reading, we're going to go back to pick a card readings, in this case, pick a bookmark reading. I hope you're doing well, and yeah, it's going to be about what's next in love for you. So I'm just going to see what the cards can tell me about what's next in love for you. So we've got three groups to choose from. Group one, you've got this bookmark, which is in French, and it reads Une très longue nuit, which translates to a very long night. So this is for group one. For group two, you have my favorite bookmark, which is a bookmark that tried to encourage children to read, actually. So it's really colorful, and there are 5 reasons to tell you why you should read. First, we've got it doesn't unalive anyone. We've also got it doesn't give pimples to anyone. It helps you forget what they serve at the cafeteria. It doesn't bug. And finally, it won't trouble your parents. For the last one, though, if it depends what you kind of read. If you read maybe more spicy things, let me say it like that, maybe it could trouble your parents, but let's not jump right into that. So yeah, and for group 3, we have this kind of shiny finished bookmark. I can't speak. And yeah, this is about it. Those are 3 bookmarks I've received when I was like below 11 years old. So I was really young, and I still have them, and I found them, and I was like, let's use them. So yeah, you can skip ahead to your group. You can choose them by the way I presented it, the colors, about anything, your intuition. And once you've selected your group, you can jump ahead, and I'm going to see you there. Bye! So hello group 1, if you choose this bookmark, which reads Une très longue nuit, or in English, a very long night, this is going to be your reading about what's next for you in love. So I need to tell you that while I was pre-shuffling your cards, because I always assure myself that there's a good pre-shuffle of the decks before I read your cards, I felt quite overwhelmed. So I don't know if it was just me, or like perceiving all the energies and your guides that really seem to love you like a lot at this moment. Like, not that they don't love you like at other times, but it really came clear to me. I needed to I needed to take a few seconds before reading, like starting your reading. So let's see. Let's just jump right into it. Shall we? So yeah, what's next in love for my dear group 1? What's next in love for my dear group 1? I'm starting by using my Clow card deck. Love this deck, really. So for my group 1, and they told me take them. Okay. That's a lot, though. That's a lot. But okay, they told me take them. Don't hesitate and take them. Okay. That's weird. You're going to have group 1 a reading I wasn't planning to do. That's how you want it, spirits? No. Do you want it like this? Okay. Group 1, we're going into an adventure together because I don't know what's happening. and the voice at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm just going to... I don't know where to put it. Can you hold it? Yes, Mr. Dragon here will hold. Your... Okay, okay. Group 1. I'm speechless right now. I think there's too many messages coming to my mind right now. Go. Okay, so first of all, at the center of the reading, we've got the cloud, which indicates, oftentimes talks about needing to make a decision, needing to ground yourself before making a decision. It's like the way is clouded, but not in a scary way, just that you don't know what the outcome to a situation is, but you still have to make a decision. So you don't know how this decision would, like where you will be taken by your decision, but you still need to make one even though you don't know where you'll end up, if that makes sense. And I guess for it to be at the center of the reading like this, it must be the general energy that expands into other areas of your life. I think you've been really thinking about yourself, especially with the mirror being here. Maybe you looked at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you're trying to practice more self-love right now, or maybe it's a sign for you to like go in the mirror and do like I think it's Taylor Swift, you know, what's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me singing in the mirror. So sorry for that, but you know, maybe you should do that and feel yourself. But it also talks about retrospection and introspection. So looking back at your behavior, at what happened in your life, and at who you are as a person and how you want to act, given how you feel. You know, it's all thinking about yourself. The mirror is thinking about yourself and the image you project to others. And we also got the Nothing card, which tells me that maybe when it comes to love for you, group 1, it's been a while since you've been doing the work, but there isn't a lot of things that are happening for you. And maybe even for some of you, not every one of you, but maybe you're starting to have difficulty keeping hope with finding someone to love you as you deserve. So that's kind of the energy. I would say the main energy I'm feeling right now. It's just like there hasn't been a lot of things going on, and you're trying to feel your way towards a direction. Upwards, here we have, which often, like when we go up in a reading, oftentimes it talks about going up in the mind. So maybe you're feeling quite stuck and frustrated because of that situation, because we've got the thunder. The thunder talks about being kind of tense or angry about something. Like it's kind of aggressive, but it doesn't mean that you're violent. It just means like, why isn't anything happening? Why isn't anything budging? And you're accumulating that tension inside of you, and it becomes heavier and heavier until maybe you snap. So you need to be careful about your thoughts and how you may, for some of you, not every one of you, it could, like, the thunder is quite interesting because sometimes it can be more of a little frustration, like just snap, nothing's happening, why, just like this. And for other people it's going to be kind of really, I want to punch something. You know, I'm really angry. I would say that for most of you, I think it's just I wish something would happen. At least I've been thinking about how I behave. I've been doing the work, but I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what I'm what path I need to follow anymore. And this is kind of frustrating. That's what I feel. That's the energy I kind of feel from those cards for now. And I think for most of you it's more of a passive frustration than an active frustration. Especially because of the 3 cards being here, especially like the Nothing, which is a really, really serene card. The Mirror being also really serene, and the Cloud being inactive. Like, I'm thinking things through. I'm not really moving when I'm in the Cloud. I'm slowly moving, but kind of like backwards. Not backwards like I regress, but like, you know, we've got this saying in French, not this saying, but this expression in French, which is marcher or faire quelque chose à reculons, which would roughly translate to doing something backwards, which kind of means you're going, like in this situation, it would be you going on, but not really being enthusiastic or not being quite fiery about it, if that makes sense. Because you know you've got a decision to make. Like you kind of know there's a crossing of roads, a fork in the road ahead, and you know that you don't know yet which path you're going to take, so you're kind of walking slowly towards this intersection in your life. And below we've got kind of a good mix of cards. It's quite interesting. For some of you, maybe you're actually reading some fantasies with fantasy books with let me know if that resonates for like maybe one of you. I don't know, but like reading fantasy and like having a ball and stuff like this going on, because we've got the Song here, and we've got the Erase, and it really makes me think of I Just Have a Masquerade. So you know those kind of balls where you go there, you've put on a mask and a kind of a costume and a really, really nice and chic attire, and you dance with people, but you kind of don't know who they are because you're all masked. That's what I've been thinking about, because of how the Erase seemed to dance at the singing of the song, you know? So yeah, but for the individual meaning of the cards, the song talks about expressing yourself, every kind of creative process. So it could be, of course, strongly related to music, but it could also be art of any kind. But it's expressing yourself in a beautiful manner. It could be singing, it could be like poetry, it could be just speaking your truth, but while using nice words, you know. So it can talk about being careful what you say, or more so about how you say those things. And the Erase here talks about games. It talks about it could talk about challenges and trickery. So it's kind of strange, because I've got some take those meanings, how they resonate with you and how you can make links. I don't want to pronounce myself before I clarify those cards, especially because I've not figured yet why they are at the bottom. I don't know where they are at the base. Usually I could say it's the base of what created this situation, this stillness. But yeah, I don't want to accuse anyone. I don't want to go there because there are a lot of meanings to this pair of cards that I could say, and I could be wrong. So I'll wait for clarifications. I'm sorry, I was really struggling with spirits right now. I'm really sorry. So at the bottom of the deck you've got the voice. So it's about expression, it's about following your intuition, but it's about that deep inner voice inside of you that wants to be heard. So maybe you're not feeling heard right now. Maybe you feel like there aren't anybody that wants to actually listen to you, but like not listen to you and go off with their day, but really actually take the time to listen to you and what you have to say and comprehend yourself and actively try to understand the meaning of your words. You know what I mean? So there's something strong about expressing yourself and following your inner voice, what you want, your intuition. Especially with the cloud also talking about when you don't really know where you want to go, use your intuition, use your gut instinct to choose the path you're going to take. So do I go left or right? I don't know where the paths lead. When you don't know that, follow your intuition to know if you should go right or left. So yeah, that's kind of the general scheme that this gives me. Where do I want to go, spirits? They told me cut the deck. This deck? This deck? Is it this deck you want me to cut, spirit? Yeah. I think someone lied to you. I won't, like, I mean, yeah, someone lied to you. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure someone lied to you about the efforts they would make for you. I think maybe for some of you, you've been trying, but nothing significant happened, because every time someone tries to tell you they are going to love you or they are going to do this or that for you, they don't put the effort. It's the Eight of Pentacles, well, the Eight of Coins in this deck that came out. And it was for the erase and the song. And actually the erase has this trickery side to it. I told you about this, and that's why I wanted to wait before saying anything, because the trickery could be the erase card can be really fun at times, but oftentimes it can be playful in the wrong way, like playing with people, pulling strings, and erasing themselves from the narrative. So I feel like people have been saying beautiful words to you, but empty words. And yeah, I told you about masquerade, so maybe some people masqueraded around you, and yeah, they didn't put as much effort as they told they would. But that's strange, because I was asking what's next. So I don't want to scare you, group 1, but I would advise you to be careful with what people tell you. Careful with the people you trust, and really trust your inner intuition to know if someone is trustworthy. So yeah, I think I'm going to now try to clarify those, but really trying to go with the future, because I feel like it's been in the past. I don't think it's been like, I don't think it's future. I don't think it's a future thing. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe the reason I was so overwhelmed by your spirit guides earlier was because they are sending you a lot of love because of this treason you felt. Maybe you felt so betrayed that now you don't know, you've been left out in the cold and you don't know where you are supposed to go right now, and you're wondering what you did wrong. I assure you, you did nothing wrong, group 1. Like, really. And you're going to say, oh, Sage, you don't even know me. But, like, I mean, with the energy I'm feeling right now and the cards I see, you've got nothing, you've done nothing wrong. Really. Like, really, really. So, oh, I've got a message though. For those of you that are actually still thinking, no, I did something wrong, maybe there was some self-sabotage involved. But that's going to be only for a few of you. And please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to be honest with the messages I hear from spirits. So I just want to know, really, spirits, what's next for group 1 in love, please? They're telling me past. They're telling me past. So I don't want to go more into details in the past, spirit. I'm really interested for them in future, I think. Okay, so for the future of, like, what's next in love for group 1, please, spirits, what's next in love for group 1? Okay, so I'm going to start with those cards. The first one that popped out is the Knight of Cups. See, that's what I was telling you. Feel yourself like this man right here is feeling himself. Do that ballet thing you want to do. Do a grand jeté. In your bedroom, like, or in your, I don't know, I heard dining room, I don't know if you have enough space for that. So yeah, there, and there. Okay. Oh, I need to show them to you. So on the cloud, there is the Emperor that came out, reversed, and the Seven of Wands came out under nothing. I'm really, I won't hide it to you. I'm really irritated right now because I know it's still about that past thing. I think for some of you, I told you earlier, maybe you've struggled to like keep hope and stay hopeful about the future in love. I think it's more powerlessness that you feel right now. You don't feel in control of your situation right now, I feel, group 1. And you're really trying with the Knight of Cups in the mirror. I think you're really trying to or maybe you should try to date yourself, you know. And it sounds really stupid, but do some things you would like someone to do for you, you know. If I don't know, what could I, like, what example could I give? If, for example, you would love, I don't know why, but it's the only idea I've got in my life, In my life, yes. There is only food in your life, Sage. Okay, so the only example I've got is about food, and it's like not the best analogy, but if you want someone to, like, you would like your partner to eventually kind of buy you a little thing to eat, a little snack you love every so often, maybe do that for yourself. Like, you know, when you've got a bad day and you would come back home and then your partner will be, oh, it was a bad day, and you would be like, yeah, okay, now let's go and get some sushis, you know, and you're like, oh, that would hit the spot so right now. Well, do that for yourself when you've got a bad day. Try and put your shoes in your partner and tell yourself, like, oh, I would love if I had a partner and he would have given me, like, or bought me something, like, or I don't know, I would have loved, like, eating some popcorn and watching a movie snuggled into warm blankets with hot chocolate, maybe. Do that. Date yourself. Make a movie night date with yourself. Make a book date for yourself. And try to feel yourself. For those of you, I feel like you're really trying to improve yourself, and you're trying to, I think you're already trying the self-love thing for most of you, group 1, and that's why you're irritated, because you still aren't feeling empowered, you still aren't knowing where you should go, you still feel like it's like there's nothing to fight with the 7 of Wands in the reverse. It's like there's nothing to fight, or maybe you've got the impression that you lost the fight. But if spirits want me to focus on the past, I think it's because of the 8 of Swords that is at the bottom of the tarot deck right now. And yeah, under that we've got what? Yeah, under that we've got the Strength in the reverse, and even the 3 of Wands upright. So I think the reason why they're talking to me about this kind of past situation it's because you're in your head about it. And now that I think about it, yeah, there's head and emotions here. There isn't a single card of well, there is one, which is the the 8 of Pentacles. But I mean, in the Clow card deck, we don't have earth. We have water, we have air, we have a little bit of fire with the thunder, but we don't have earth. And the cloud can talk about being in your head about something, and the Emperor is in the reverse, so you don't feel grounded right now. You don't feel like you're in control, or you have the resources to go forward, and that's because you're too much in your head. That's because you feel trapped inside your mind. Or if you don't feel trapped inside your mind, I'm here to make you realize that you are trapped inside your own mind right now, group 1. There is some things that you need to release, some limiting beliefs that you need to release. There is some decluttering to do, maybe even negative self-talk that you are already working on. I'm pretty sure you're already working on it, but there are other things than that are living in your mental body that are preventing you from moving on from this situation, because we've got the Strength in the reverse. A little bit like the Emperor in the reverse. It's like you don't feel confident, you don't feel like you have the strength to go on, you don't feel like I don't feel like I deserve anything at this point. And you deserve a lot. It's not because nothing is happening that you don't. It's because the universe didn't want you to get anything. It's just because you need to heal a little bit more. And I hear you. Physically hear your eyeballs rolling right now. But the reason is that probably that even if I say hi as if I would be kind of a divinity, but even if you were presented with someone right now, group 1, I think you would end up rejecting them. Like, really think about it. You won't be rejecting them like, maybe for some of you you're going to be kind of blunt about it and just be, no, I don't want you. But for those of you that think that you wouldn't reject them, I'm not speaking about being blunt. Like you would reject them with self-sabotage, or because at the crucial moment you won't feel ready. There is something, this blindfold, that will keep you from moving forward in your love life. So the good thing is, though, that you're doing the work. There's the Three of Wands here upright. Ships are coming in. Eventually, they are. But for now, you're in a time of expansion. You need to take that time to expand yourself. So what I see is that for many of you, as I've said many times, you've begun the work. You've begun trying to, to be more positive about life, to maybe even be more grateful about the things you have, trying to take better care of yourself, and self-love, self-care, all that stuff. It's just that you're frustrated because things aren't happening, but this is crucial. The Three of Wands is a card that talks about waiting, but it is the card right before the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is halfway to marriage. It could mean marriage. It's a celebration. It's the four, so it's the most stable number of the Wands suit. Wands being passion, so it's a really, really, really positive vibe. But you're just before that. You need an expansion for that. You need to wait that fourth wand to have the Four of Wands and make the four walls of your house and make the four pillars that will hold up your life and celebrate. But for now, it's crucial for you to expand and to take the blindfold off and to see the ugly inside your mind and try to release what doesn't serve you anymore. It won't be easy, group 1. You're in a place that personally I really would have identified into if I was doing this reading, if I were doing this reading like a couple of months ago, I would have been like probably as frustrated as you are right now. I would have identified myself with that, and I would be like, what are you even saying, Sage? This is just empty encouragement. But it's so true. This period of earthing, this period of not knowing where to go and needing to find yourself, find your inner peace, find back your inner strength, is so important for you to go on, for you to be able to move on and to be able to access another level in your life, to access other blessings in your life. So it's really hard when you're in a negative mindset right now, maybe right now for some of you. It's really hard to do that, but it's really necessary, and I know it's kind of cheesy, but it's true. Like, with hindsight, after this period has passed, you're going to see why this period of inaction, this period of waiting and expansion was so necessary to your life, group 1. So I'm really sorry because, well, I'm not sorry. I empathize with you. I sympathize with you. I really do. I really send you a huge hug, group 1. Now that I think about it, une nuit très longue. A very long night. That's how you feel, isn't it? In a very, very long night. But remember, it's always the darkest before dawn. You know, when you're at the bottom of the barrel, you cannot go further down but up. You cannot go anywhere but up, in fact. So things are going to get better eventually, but you just need to get yourself back on your feet. You know what I mean? It's like if you stay at the bottom of the barrel, things won't get any better. But if you eventually see, like, okay, now I'm ready to try and climb out of it, things are going to get better. Day at a day. Take things one day at a time if you really need to, group 1. Like, I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of positive vibes, because I've been in that sort of place myself. And it's not funny, really. It's really not funny. And it does serve a purpose, though, group 1. And I'm sorry you would have to trust, like, me, a nobody on YouTube. But really it does. And yeah, dawn is coming for you, group 1, eventually, because you're already making some efforts, and those efforts are going to allow you to eventually see. But right now it's all about the eventually, you know. So right now your love life, I won't be dishonest and tell you that the love of your life is coming in the near future. I'm here to tell you what's next in love, and I think that what's next in love for you is an expansion phase where you learn to have fun with yourself, where you learn what you love about yourself, what you don't love about yourself, and how to cope with that, where you learn how to not be codependent, how you learn how to live basically, and find yourself back, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna use, for the tarot deck, I was using the Final Fantasy VII Tarot Card Collection by Crimson Sun, and now I'm going to use the Alchemy Flower Oracle. So I'm going to use that deck to get a few pieces of advice, maybe, for you, group 1. Really, I'm sorry. I wish I could. I think that's why I was overwhelmed with love. At the beginning of your reading, when I was talking about your spirit guides coming in, I think it's because they want you to feel all the love because there isn't just romantic love, group 1, and they want me to share a story about this deck. Actually, it was a couple of months ago when I got this deck, and I wasn't in the best place, and I think I'm going to seek the card. What was the card? Yes, I think it was this card. Yes, it was, definitely it was. This card, beautiful flower, bluebells. It says everlasting love. when I first used this deck, this is the first card that came out. And I picked it up and I touched it and I became so warm. I'm not kidding you, Group 1. I became so warm. I became overwhelmed. I wanted to cry. I didn't know where that was coming from. I connected so deeply into love. Like, I cannot describe to you what I felt in words, but all the blood was rushing through my body. Like, I was cold at first. Like, before I picked up the card, I was kind of feeling a little cold, and a little chilly, and I picked it up and I became so hot, like so hot, but not in an uncomfortable way, just an overwhelming way. And it was really, really warm. It wasn't hot like burning. It was warm and comfortable and loving. Like, really, I cannot describe this feeling best, like more than pure love. And I knew it was my guides telling me, finally you're connecting with us. And they just used this card as a manner to connect with my intuition and make me feel all that love they had for me and all those hugs they wanted to give me. And it was so beautiful to feel that. And I think, and it wasn't romantic. It was love, but it wasn't romantic, and it was beautiful, and I really needed that. I think I'm going to leave that card out for you, Group 1, but I really needed at that time to feel this love. And I think it was their way to tell me their love for me, the love of my guides, the love of my ancestors won't ever fade away. Even if there are relationships, friendships, family relationships, like family bonds that are broken, you can still love yourself, and there will always be love from the universe. And I know it's cheesy, and I thought like you. I swear I thought like you until I picked up that card and felt this powerful warmth rushing through my veins. It was really, I've never felt anything like this. And it was really nice. So I think you need to remember that maybe you shouldn't be going after romantic love for now, and trying to go and feel love from other places, and feel happiness from the little things in life. I think this could help you maybe a little bit. But yeah, Group 1, I can't say it enough. I really empathize with you. I really sympathize with you. I'm sending you lots of love and compassion. Because, yeah, I know how it can be hard sometimes. So maybe some of you are doing great actually, and if that's the case, good. Continue like this. Like, go on like this and slay the world. But for my group, like for those of you part of this reading, Group 1, where it's more difficult than just going on, I'm sending you lots of love. So maybe another piece of advice before I close the reading, please, spirits. Advice for Group 1. Funny. But yeah, we've got Imagine cards. So, dream. Imagine yourself in this relationships you crave. If it makes you feel good, like, what do you want? imagine, like visualize clearly what do you want. As you discover yourself, try to discover what you're seeking into this romantic relationship. What do you expect? What do you need? And be clear and imagine it. And it's okay to dream. It's with the Imagine card, it's like, don't go in that state of, okay, there isn't, yes, it's true, there isn't going to be anyone perfect, but you can still allow yourself to dream big when it comes to, anything. And I think here they are trying to, the universe and spirits are trying to tell you to imagine what you really want and try to discover yourself, like what you want, why do you want it that way. Like, I don't know, I want my partner to be able to communicate how they feel. Why do you want that? Because I know I'll be anxious if they just try to use subtle signs, because I think I'm like paranoid. So they need to be able to express themselves with words, to tell me how they feel, because I really need that in a partner, because otherwise I'll think I'm just paranoid and I won't see their signs. You know what I mean? It could be anything. I want them to be more spontaneous, because I'm usually stuck in my routine and I need someone to take like me out on different activities to spice my everyday life. I would like someone that is more outgoing or maybe more reserved, like, go like this and make links and imagine yourself in this group 1. Actually, they told me to stop, so group 1, this is going to be where I leave your reading. I hope something resonated. I almost hope not, because it wasn't it's a necessary phase, group 1. So I'm not going to repeat myself again. I feel like I've been blabbering about really a lot. So I'm really sorry if you find it repetitive. I hope something was useful to you. I hope something resonated. I wish you a very good day or night whenever you're watching, and I also hope to see you again soon. Take care, group 1. Bye. Hello, group 2. So if you chose this bookmark, this really joyful, colorful, almost childish one, this is going to be reading about what's next in love. So we're going to take this one out and put this one here, just like this. If you want to hold it, please. Okay, it's going to be like this. So now that Mr. the Dragon has your bookmark, let's jump right into it. So I hope you're doing good, group 2. We're going to see what comes up first in the Clow card deck. And yeah, then I'm going to clarify using tarot, same as usual. And we're going to see what's next in love for you, please. So what's next in love for group 2? What's next in love for group 2? Please, Spirit, what's next in love for group 2? What's next in love for group 2? Well, I heard the light at the end of the tunnel. So, maybe you've been waiting for a long time, group 2, I don't know. We'll see. What's next in love for group 2? Please, Spirit, what's next in love for group 2? What's next in love for group 2? There. Okay. I don't know. I feel like... I don't know how to say it, but I feel like categoric, decisive. Well, there's a lot of fire energy coming through, actually. So maybe you've got fire placements, strong fire placements, like Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, maybe. But yeah, there's strong energy coming out. Whew. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Loop, which talks about cycles, which talks about bounds with people and emotional bounds, actually, when it talks about something binding you, but also like the emotional cycles you go through, or just cycles in general. It's like kind of a world card, but if the world was a minor arcana kind of things. So yeah, secondly, at the center of your reading, we've got the Light card. So it's all about, it's a little bit like the Sun card. It's about things being illuminated, confidence. I heard love. Well, it's kind of courage, drive, passion. It's light. It goes. It's like powerful masculine energy. It's not a gender specific reading. I'm just talking about the energy. It's more decisive. It's like, it's optimistic. It's having the motivation to go on. It's being inspired. You've got the drill. You understand the drill. Then we've got the Fight. The Fight is just like talks about determination to resolve a situation, but it can talk about struggles. So just a little side note here. Don't worry, I'm just telling you the meaning of the cards, like general meanings, and then I'm going to clarify. I'm just presenting the cards to you. So for the Power, we've got, well, it's kind of like the Strength in the major arcana of the tarot. So it's like about inner power, inner strength, self-love. It can talk about ego too. But yeah, it's finding your inner power and being and stepping into your power and knowing what you're able of. So yeah. And finally, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Maze card. Talks about being pragmatic, analytical, practical, analyzing every pattern, everything. Need to be careful though, because the Maze can be something where you overanalyze it. It's kind of a Virgo card, if you know what I mean. It's like when you think a lot and overanalyze things to see every kind of pathways, it like when you look quickly, it kind of looks like brains, like when you look at a brain, there are like, there's a name for that, but I don't remember the scientific name for like the brain wrinkles. But yeah, so it's like really practical and analytical card here. So I think right now you're analyzing your situation, you're trying to be practical about your love life, you're trying to like I said, I feel like really, decisive. I'm going to do that. I know that you're trying to planify your things. You're trying to, like, I think maybe with all that analyzing you've done, you've found some cycle in your life that you want to break, or maybe you're going to find some cycle that you're going to try to break, or that you've been struggling to break and you're finally going to break it. Because I heard, remember, the light at the end of the tunnel. So what's next in love for you? And you've got the Strength, you've got the Power card. So you've got the power to break this, and you've got the determination and the fire, and you've done the mental process. It doesn't feel here like you're stuck. But maybe I could be wrong. But the energy doesn't feel stuck. The energy feels ready to burst. The energy feels ready to go on. And like, I think for most of you, you're trying to get yourself out there. Maybe for some of you, you're trying to maybe it's time to get myself out there, but how am I going to do that without repeating the cycles? Like, maybe some of you have tried dating apps, but it didn't work, and you're like, why didn't it work? Because each time I used dating sites, I was doing XYZ thing. things, I mean. So, okay, now that I've analyzed that cycle, what can I do to fight that cycle and change it and use my own power and my own worth, and knowing my own worth enough to not get involved with the wrong kind of person, like the wrong kind of people, the people that you don't want in your life, basically, like how to avoid red flags, for example, or see and recognize red flags and avoid the people that have them, rather. So I think, yeah, really, I feel like really like, so maybe for some of you, you're about to get something, like, yeah, it feels like that. Maybe for some of you, you're going to start dating again, and you're going to be kind of a little bit like, okay, what do I say? What do I need to do? Where are we going to meet? When are we going to meet? Where's the most logical thing? Oh, but I need to be careful not to repeat the cycle, because I know that when I do XYZ, this or that happens. But like, I really want it, and and I'm really optimistic. I know I'm going to find someone. Like, I think you're really, I feel like I'm running, I feel I'm sitting down on my chair and I feel like I'm running. I'm like, okay, I'm going like, whoo, this is kind of, I don't know if you're already in this energy, but yeah, it feels like a good stress though. It feels like the excitement of like having something happening in your life. So I don't really know what it means, but there's definitely, next in love, there is something about happening. Some bustle and hustle in your love life, but I don't feel like the struggle is going to be like a real struggle, but we're going to see. So yeah, I'm talking way faster than I was for group 1, and I'm really, I want to jump on the table. Group 2, this is astonishing, actually. Yeah, like I said, feel like I'm running. So, for group 2, spirits, and really, really categoric in my things. This is definitive. I've said that and I'm not taking it back. I've done that and I'm not taking it back. I'm assuming the consequences and the response, and I'm taking accountability for my actions, but I'm definitive about my opinions and my actions. Some of you, maybe you're kind of my way or the highway, and it's okay. You have the right to be like this. Absolutely no judgment. It's just some of you, but I really feel this energy. I think you know where you're going, or especially with the light, it's like you finally know where you're going. Like, what's next in love is that you're entering this energy where everything is clear. Like, it's like you've got the maze memorized in your head, actually. It's like, instead of not seeing the way forward, actually you just turned on the light and now you see everything, and you have a map, and you're like, I've memorized that map before I entered that maze. I know where I'm going, I know what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to run in circles in that maze anymore. So maybe for some of you in the past, like, you were repeating the same things again and again, and you didn't understand why it didn't work, but now you see why. And yeah, and I cut the deck, and we've got the Hanged Man and the Sun. So the Hanged Man, things not moving like in a maze, being stuck in a maze. The Sun, the light at the end of the tunnel, like happiness. And I thought about, I don't remember which tarot card it is, but there's a tarot deck where the sun is actually two people dancing together. So it's like joy and celebration for me. Like, it's a really positive card to have. So yeah, group 2. What's next in love for group 2? What's next in love for group 2? Spirits. So yeah, you're really entering that energy of, I know what I'm going to do, I know where I'm going, I know what I want. So no, it's yo, or so Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. No, 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 I wanna ha, I wanna ha, I wanna ha. Some Spice Girls, or just some spice for some of you. Sorry. Of course, with all that fire, those comments would come up. Spirits, please keep it professional. Yeah, you're making me giggle. Your energy is really funny. Like, you're just like, I'm gonna do it. Sorry, group 2, but yeah. Oh, but now that I think about the bookmark you've chosen, it's just perfect. You're making my day, group 2. Okay, now Spirit, please tell me, group 2, future love. Well, next in love. Okay, future love. So maybe for some of you, really, there is a future love. Like, not just what's next. Maybe there's actually someone you'll meet. So, let's see. Spirits, what's next in love for War Group? Okay, 2. So they told me all upright. And where? Okay. So how do you want me to place it? Like. Oh, okay. So you want me? Sorry, the guys are talking, and I'm listening. This? What? Sorry. Okay. Sorry. It's just I'm thinking about how they went weird about the positioning of cards on, like, with group 1, and now they wanted me to, like, okay, do a staircase thing, and I was seeing like a zigzaggy kind of, like, while I was shuffling, and I was like, well, what does this mean? I'm not going to talk about them in, like, about stairs and zigzags if, like, it's not relevant. But yeah, okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter for you. Sorry. So where do I want to start, spirits? Okay, so we've got the 9 of Swords. So that's the stress I was feeling. That kind of, like, you know, anxiety and thinking and making, like, here I think it's an anxiety about, maybe it's an anxiety about finally being enough. I think with all the energy I'm feeling right now, how the fire and all the passion, I think there's a part of you that is like, I know what I want, I know what I deserve, but there's, with, like, the moon at the bottom of the deck, there's a part of you that I think is kind of scared of the unknown of the relationships. Yeah. So I think there's a part of you that, with the moon here at the bottom of the deck, that, you know, you've got some fears. You know that you don't know everything. You know that you can't know the outcome of your journey when it comes to love right now. And I think there are some fears that you need to uncover about yourself that are manifesting into kind of some kind of stress or anxiety into your life. I don't feel like you necessarily have insomnia because of that. I think you're, like, straightforward enough for most of you. But since it kind of comes on both the strength and the fight, I think it's part of your struggle, but it's also part of how you see yourself. So maybe some of you are like, I know what are my qualities, I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm worth. But maybe there's a part of you that is, but do I? I think there is kind of fears, and you know, fears is like false evidence appearing real. It's like, I think you've got intrusive thoughts, in fact. Like, what if I'm not good enough? Or what if I'm not all that? Like, group 2, you are that. You are the SHI, like, you are the SHIT. like you are the thing. I guarantee with the energy I'm feeling, but maybe you're scared it's just a facade. Maybe you're scared that you're just hiding behind this facade. But I'm pretty sure like it's okay to doubt yourself. Group 2, it's okay to doubt yourself, but remember that this strength is yours. Remember that this strength is yours. It's not going anywhere, and it's true. It's your truth. It's you are powerful. You've got that. But yeah, and yeah. So I think it's part of the struggle. I don't think it's the main struggle you've got to face, but I still think there is some work to do here. I think there is some stress that is both because of like, oh, I'm trying to get myself out there and it's kind of stressful, and maybe I'm pretty sure for most of you, especially with the Ace of Wands that is coming out, I'm pretty sure for most of you you're going to at least start dating, meet someone maybe significant. I don't know with the cards we've got here, but I surely know that you know what you're looking for, so you're going to be able to know whether that person is right for you or not. And maybe that's something about the fear. Maybe you're like, even though I know my strength, what if I'm not able to break the cycle? What if I'm not able to see the red flags? I think it's all about the what ifs. And I think some of you just, like, when it comes, you just slap yourself, yeah, and you're just, no, like, dummy, no, dummy, just go on with it. Dummy, I need to go forward. It's not true. I am powerful. I am deserving. I am enough, And then we've got the Ace of Wands. That is kind of atop the light and the fight. So, yeah, you're going to fight for the opportunity. You're going to, like, what's next in love for you is you're going to rush, like, not rush in the bad sense. Like, you're going to go forward and be determined, and you're going to tell yourself, I am going to have this Ace of Wands. Like, really, it's how I feel the energy right now. It's so powerful, and it wants to push me and propel me forward. It's really a powerful energy you're going to be in. And the reason they are trying to the universe and the earth guides are trying to tell you about this anxiety is because when you are in that kind of powerful energy, you manifest really, really easily, and you manifest what you think about. So that's why they're kind of reminding you of your strengths and how you need not to doubt it, and how you need to really be careful what you fear, because if you fear it too much, you're going to manifest it into reality, and we don't want that. So that's why they're like, remember your worth, remember your power, and remember it's okay to doubt yourself. It's not because you ask yourself one time at one day at like 2 p.m. oh, what if I'm not enough? Or what if I'm not, like, it's not because you ask yourself this one time that you're going to manifest it into your life. It's all about how you process it. So it's those are intrusive thoughts. So what you want to do, or what I think it's nice to do, maybe it's, I'm not a professional, but it's, kind of doing, okay, well, what if I'm not, but what if I am? Like, what if I'm not enough, but what if I am enough, I don't know either of those. So, well, actually, you should be able to tell that you are enough, but you know what I mean? Like, a little bit like when you say a statement and someone responds to you with why not, like, oh, I can't write a book, why not, I can't find anyone that suits my tastes, why not, you know what I mean? So I think it's all about, like, kind of, when you doubt yourself, remembering that it's okay to doubt yourself, but, like, not stay in that energy, and kind of trying to find healthy ways to release those doubts and just let them come to you and send them right back where they came from nothingness. You know what I mean? So, like, oh, what if I didn't see the red flags? Well, I'll just try my best to pay attention and we'll see. So easier said than done, of course, but they just want you to be careful, because you're going to be really, really powerful at manifesting what you desire and what you think in this period. And this period is starting soon. Maybe some of you are already starting to get into that energy. But yeah, so with the Ace of Wands, as I said, you're going to, like, fight for your opportunity, and you're going to, like, seize your chance, and there is an opportunity for you. There is someone that feels like interesting for you to date. You're going to go for it. It's really fiery, so I really think it's about, like, the first steps of getting yourself out there, meeting new people, and I don't have a lot of cards that tells me, like, oh, there's a really committed relationships happening in the near future, but I really see some, like, there is going to be movement in your love life, especially with the Seven of Cups that comes with the loop and the light. So with the Seven of Cups, it means upright especially, and the light, you're going to have options. So maybe you're going to install, like, a dating app, and you're going to have a lot of likes on that dating app, so you'll have, like, a lot of options to choose from. But with the light, you're not going to be confused about it, because it's kind of on the light card and the loop card. So I think you're not going to be confused. I think you're going to, as I said earlier, you're going to know what you want. You're going to know what you're looking for. Like, now I'm on those dating, for some of you, maybe you've tried dating apps in the past, but, like, with the loop, maybe you've tried dating apps in the past, but it got boring for some of you, or, like, you were overwhelmed by the options and you didn't know what to do and how to approach the dating app you were on, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's just for some of you. But yeah, and this time around, you're going to know. This time around, you're going to be, oh no, but I've got all those choices, but I know what I'm looking for. And I'm confident on what I'm looking for, And this is what is going to be able to manifest this opportunity for you. Maybe you're going to date more than one people, especially with the Seven of Cups. But you're really going to try to bound yourself with someone. And when I say dating many people, I'm not talking about, like, necessarily being kind of, how do you say that? Like, just, for some of you, you're going to date many people. I'm not saying you're necessarily going to date many people at once. If that's what you want to do, you can, like, no judgment, do you? But yeah, what I mean is, like, you're going to have a lot of opportunities. That's just what you have to understand. Maybe you're going to date one person at a time. Maybe you're going to date more than one person at a time. Maybe there are many people that are going to propose and ask you out at the same time. Who knows? It's going to be different for every one of you seeing this video. But yes, the opportunities are going to come, baby. Yes, they are. And then we have the fourth ones. So I think you're already thinking about the dates. You're already thinking about how you're going to celebrate those things. with the Four of Wands. Really beautiful card. I really love this card. Look at that. It's so... I love this card so much. And yeah, for some of you, you're already planning, and maybe for some of you, you're going to meet someone you will speak about a marriage with. Not necessarily ending up marrying them or getting in a high commitment relationship with them, because I know like marriage isn't maybe the thing for everyone on here, but you know, some kind of commitment, you know, with someone or celebration, and you're going to think about it or maybe talk about it. But I think it's going to be casual. But no, not casual. How can I say that? Spirits. It's like a planning of things. Like, you know, sometimes you kind of do that. I do that sometimes with my friends. Like, oh, at my marriage, I want to have like this or that, or in my future life, I would want to have this or that. Or I would want to settle down in this kind of way, this kind of place. I would want to have this kind of house. You know, I think there is kind of, I think for some of you, you're going to maybe bound with someone about the way you want to settle down in life. Like, it could be that you don't want, like both of you aren't ready to settle down anywhere right now. But for others of you, some of you, it's going to be like, oh, I would really want to have a little house with like one dog and 2 cats and tend to my plants and my flowers and have a little garden in the backyard, living in a little village where there is like a few thousands people living and nothing more, you know, and the other person being like, yes, that's exactly what I want to do too, yes. And we could name the cats Harry and Henry. And you're like, yes, let's call them that. And the dog is going to be George. Wow, I don't know why I feel so excited for you, but yeah, definitely. That's kind of, you know, for some of you, it's going to be like this. And for others of you, it's just going like, it's just because you're going to plan the dates, you're going to plan what you want to do and how you're going to celebrate and how you're going to have fun with people, you know. And maybe for some of you, you're going to celebrate your first dates, you know. Maybe for some of you, you haven't started dating yet and you're going to have your first date and you're going to be like with your friends, oh, I've got my first date. But that's not for, like, that's really specific. That's for a few of you only. But yeah, it's really positive. Like, you're going to be a little bit like, you're going to have a structure, that's for sure, but with so much energy that you're going to go far. I heard not too far, so you're going to be okay because you've got that structure with the maze, you've got that critical thinking. But yeah, definitely, wow, this is so straightforward. I love it. So, do I really need to pull advice from the Alchemy Flower Oracle? Let's do it. So, what advice do you have for my group 2 people? So, what advice, spirits, do you have for my group 2? Group 2, group 2, group 2, do. Wow, I think that's a Legend of Zelda song. Is it? Na 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 na. No, that's not. Na 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 na. We are. I think, I don't know. This is Spirit Track, I think. The Legend of Zelda Spirit Track. Da 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 da. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so spirits, instead of giving me like songs that I don't know how they will relate to people, please give me some advice for group. Okay. No, not those. Okay, they told me really take this one, but okay. So full group 2. Purple, and white. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got humility. So this is straightforward. It means like, you know your power, you know your worth, but don't get ahead of yourself. Like, you know your worth, you know your power, but it doesn't mean that you can like stay humble. That's just what they like. Stay true to yourself. That's what they want you to remember. Like, don't get ahead of yourself in your perspective of yourself, if that makes sense. We also have hope. So with these cards, straightforward as the entire reading has been, you like, yes, we have the light at the middle of your reading, group 2. Yes, you're going to have hope restored if you don't have hope already, and you can hope for the best. You can hope for new beginnings. You can hope for opportunities. They are going to come for you. Like, yes, they are. I mean, trust me, you're going to be so attractive, and that's why I'm telling you to be careful with what you think, because you're going to attract what you want and what you think about. So what about this card, which is, again, good fortune, prosperity. You're going to have those opportunities. Again, another card that talks about having your opportunities. You're going to have the good fortune to meet the person. Like, maybe you're not, like, I've talked about a lot about dating apps, but for some of you that are like, oh, do I really have to go? No, you don't have to go to dating apps. With good fortune and prosperity, it's sure that you're going to encounter someone or somebody like out of nowhere. Like, you're going to go at the bookstore, you're going to go at like the general store or grocery store, or you're going to walk your dog, Henry and Harry, and you're going to meet someone and you're going to talk about your dogs, and you're going to have some fun, and like, not love at first sight, but just you're going to meet someone. You're going to have the opportunities to meet people and feel like you have choices and opportunities in love. We love that. And then we have departure, which means that you're taking on a journey. Sorry for the bad singing. But yeah, you're really, really definitely taking on a journey. You're going to start a new chapter of your life, a really fiery and passionate one, let's just say. And it's going to go choo-choo in the direction you want. It's going to be, wow. I'm speechless, group 2. Departure is like that forward movement I was talking about all throughout the reading, that pushing forward and taking the steps. It's literally that. There's nothing more to say, group 2. I'm flabbergasted. So I'm going to leave your reading here, group 2. I hope you enjoyed. I hope something resonated. Remember, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And I wish you a really nice day or night whenever you are writing. For some of you, maybe you are singers or something, or you like to sing. But yeah, where was I? I think I was just saying you bye and take care of yourself, group 2. Love ya. Hello, group 3. Sorry, I was about to tell you to call you group 4. Sorry. Okay, so hello, group 3. If you chose this bookmark with like a glowing shiny finish on it. This is going to be your reading about what's next in love. So let's I can't talk. Let's jump right into it with the Clow card deck and see what we've got. Group 1 and Group 2's reading have been really, really different, so I'm really curious to see what's going to come out for you. Group 3. Really, I keep wanting to tell you to call you Group 4. Maybe there's something about the number 4 with you, but I don't know. Maybe the number 4 is significant in some kind of way. The first card that came out is the Time card. So I'm going to take out like a few cards and we're going to see what it's all about together after that, okay? I hope you're doing well. And let's see. Spirits, what's next in love for Group 3, Spirits? What's next in love for Group 3, Spirits? What's next in love for... Oh my... Okay. Something significant I heard. Groundbreaking I heard. But in a mysterious kind of way. It's like... It wasn't like, oh, it's groundbreaking. It was like... Groundbreaking. Strange. Okay, so this is the Return card that you could also call the Past card, and it's really interesting because the Return card is at the middle of your reading, and we've got the time that came out, first. So the two cards are like this. They're back to back. And actually, what's really interesting in this deck is that you can really see how similar those two cards are. Actually, they are the two time-speaking cards of the Clow card deck, and I believe those are the same person. There is one that is hold, that wants to stop time or slow down time. So this is a really, really slow moving card. Actually, the time, it's about good time. The good things take time. You need to invest a lot. You need to be patient. And the Return card can talk about delays, but delays, like, delays, but you still have time. It often talks about something from the past being significant, and we are in a love reading. So I don't know yet with what the other cards will tell me, but there is a possibility we're talking about an ex or someone from your past here. It doesn't mean you're going to have anything to do with them, but it could be what will happen next, like in your love life. It doesn't mean you're going to end up with them. I don't know yet. We're going to see. But something from your past is going to be important, especially with the time. Maybe something that has, it was long ago. Like maybe it's someone that you haven't spoken to for a long time. But we're going to see. It's just really interesting when those two cards come out, and especially when they come out face to face or back to back. And quite interesting, it's back to back. So it could mean that you've turned your back on the past. The problem here is that the past is at the middle of your reading. So it's kind of a more important place for a card to land. So it tells me that the past has an importance. There's a significant thing about something of your past, but with them, I think you've really tried to let go of something of the past. With the sleep here that speaks about trying to get your life lighter or live lighter and leave baggage behind to be lighter, you know, because the sleep is like a fairy that can float around. So it's really, really tiny. It's just there, and it listens. It listens to our dreams. It listens to our inner voice, to our intuition, and it's kind of easygoing, but in an healthy kind of way. It's like, okay, I'm tired a little bit, so I need to rest, so I won't take with me what doesn't serve me. I'm going to leave it behind, and I'm going to take a nap from it, you know. So I think you've really tried to release something from your past, especially because, again, here, even though they kind of make like that, even though they are kind of facing each other, or here, the here from the sleep doesn't listen to the return. It doesn't listen to the past. It listens to the future. So it's interesting. So you've turned your back from something from the past, but it's still somehow relevant. Let's see. Really interesting. Let's see what we can get more, spirits. For group 3, what's next in love? Oh my... Okay. And, okay. Sorry, they're telling me to... Sorry. Sometimes I forget I'm kind of recording myself, because I just end up in the moment and doing my spirit things and listening to my intuition, and I'm just, okay, they want me to look at the cards, and I'm just, you know, looking at the cards and not interacting with you guys, because I forget that I'm actually talking to a camera right now. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to leave that there. So the 4th card that came out is the erase. So yeah, interesting, because this can talk about trickery, mind games in general, but sometimes it's like, you know, it's kind of a jokes, a jester. That's it, a jester. So yeah, it can talk about trickery. It can talk about mind games, playing games. This is interesting. And you have the fly. That I'm really not surprised. Really not surprised to see that as your general energy at the bottom of the deck. The fly talks about freeing yourself and flying, like, you know, spreading your wings and being free and having the freedom to do whatever you want. And it can talk about moving too. So moving on from the past, because it's like, for me, since this is at the middle of the reading, it's kind of more important than the other cards. And then you have the general energy, so it's literally like fleeing yourself from the past. And then again, they are back to back, so they're not like this. It's not back of the deck and middle of the reading. No, they're like this. You're trying to finally, what's next in love? I think it's, you're really, really, really going to try and free yourself from something from the past, something that has been playing tricks on you, mind tricks on you. I'm not saying it's necessarily someone that tricked you. For some of you, you may feel like you've been tricked, or you may feel like someone betrayed you, and that you felt foolish for listening to their words. Others of you, I think, it's just you're coming out, you're freeing yourself from that situation that you don't want. You don't want to play games anymore. You don't want to play the waiting game, if that's the game you were playing. You don't want to play the who's the most jealous, or who's the most successful game, you know, or who's going to wait the most, you know. Like, you're not going to play any kind of games anymore. You're going to free yourself. Let this go. Finally turn your back to the past and free yourself from it, because you don't want to invest your time anymore on something like your precious time. You understand that your time is really precious, and you don't want to invest it in something that is only going to bring you like trickery, or like baggage, if I can allow. You're going to focus on your own self. You're going to, what's next in love, it's like you're going to try, at least try. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but we're going to clarify with the tarot. But you're going to try really hard to get yourself out of this. You're going to try really hard to leave everything behind, and everything that doesn't serve you behind, and just focus on your own self-being and your own well-being, and just being like free, being able to do what you want. Maybe for some of you, you've been stuck in a kind of toxic relationship where the other partner was like making you believe they loved you, or maybe making you believe that you needed to tell them wherever you were going, whenever you were going, with whomever you were going. You know what I mean? Like really controlling maybe some people, and you felt trapped in that relationship. And now you're going to really release them and really find yourself in another way, and find something else somewhere else that is not from your past. For some of you, it means that you're turning your back to the past to go towards something new. So, straightforward but efficient. That's quite nice, because you've come a long way. If that's really it, you've come a long way with 3. Really, really. So I'm proud of you. You can proud of you. You can tap yourself on the, like, give you some shoulder pats, because yeah. So, spirits, what's next for group 3 in love? What's next for group 3 in love? Okay. What's next for group 3 in love? 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 Sorry, I just realized I wasn't speaking really loud. What's next for... That's a lot. Ooh, the 2 of Cups wanted to come out, but it didn't. So how do you want me to... Sorry, they are telling me how to put the cards. This is unusual. I swear to you, I don't understand what is up with the weird, like, oh, you need to place the cards like this, and you know, I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I like when there is kind of a routine, kind of a structure. I try to mix up my things. I'm still a mutable sign, but this has been weird. Like, if you go back and see just the spread, not listening to the other readings, if you just go back group 3 and see, you're going to see that the cards are kind of not placed the same way for any of the groups. And okay, so what do I see for you? Doesn't matter what my brain's doing with spirits. What does it mean for you? So definitely, I said, felt toxic relationship. Toxic relationship was here, identified. And I think that in this relationship, you've been gaslit into thinking that you didn't have a choice and that you didn't have any options. But soon you realized who you were. You are a beautiful, not gender specific, like it's not a gender specific reading, but you are a beautiful Queen of Cups. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her. She's intuitive, she's strong, she's compassionate, she has a lot of emotional maturity, a lot of love to give. She is the beast of love. She is the beast of love. And you realize that, and you realize that you deserved more, and that what was offered to you wasn't a stable offer. It's the Page of Coins, but it's in the reverse. So what was once offered to you wasn't a nice offer. Wasn't a nice offer. And I think maybe what's next in love, maybe that toxic partner is going to try and go back to you. If you're still with them or in connection to them, you're definitely going to turn them back. If you're not in a connection, if you're already separated from them, they may try to come back to you, but they won't be offering you something solid, and you'll know that. You'll know that. Because by the time they come back, you'll be the Empress. By the time they come back, you'll be the Queen of the Queens. You know what I mean? Again, not a gender-specific reading. It's just about the energy. You're going to be into your power. You're going to know your worth. You're going to know your power and what you deserve. And you need to remember that is he won't be able. For some of you, maybe you are still in contact with that person, and that's why the past is important here, because it's going to become a thing from the past. Maybe energetically you've been trying to disconnect from that person, but you're still connected in the physical. So that's why all the cards are kind of treating the past as something from the past, but there is some cards that tell me that there is still a connection to that person somehow. I think what's next is that you're going to realize your power, and they aren't going to be able to keep you trapped in that Eight of Swords. They won't be able to keep you tricking you and into thinking that you don't have any other options, that you're not enough, that you don't deserve to be loved, and that he makes you a favor to love you, or that you should serve him or anything. No. Definitely not. He's not going, maybe you were into the Eight of Swords being I can't leave them. Or maybe for some of you, you're scared of that person. Maybe for some of you, you're scared of that toxic person, and you're scared of what they are going to do. And really, if you feel in danger, there are resources for you to call, and I really encourage you to do that. I know it's scary, I know it's not easy, but really find a moment to talk about it to someone, please. If it's really bad and you're still with them, please. But if not, that's just only for a few of you, but if not, really, they won't be able to make you believe all sorts of things. You'll be able to realize who you really are, and that you deserve to be invested in, and you deserve to you really deserve to everything. You deserve everything. You deserve the world. You're awesome. You've got such a beautiful heart, and you've got so much to give. You're so motherly and compassionate at the same time. It's awesome, and you surely you deserve more than a devil that will put a leash on you and try to control you, So I think, or maybe there is a codependency tendency with that person. Maybe that person isn't necessarily bad, but maybe you feel codependent with them in some kind of way, and that could explain the Eight of Swords. And you need to get out of the Eight of Swords to see your independent self and see that maybe it's time for you to leave, because maybe it's not worth investing anymore. Maybe it will be freeing yourself from something that should belong to the past. So what's next in love for you, group group 3? I keep wanting to say group 4. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. It's driving me crazy. But yeah, so what's next in love for you? You're really, really, really going to understand your worth. You're going to end a toxic relationship if you're into one. You're going to separate yourself from energetically, if it's not already done, from someone. You're going to be able to move forward, to free yourself, and you're going to feel good about it. But it's going to be kind of hard because there is the Eight of Swords. Maybe it's going to be hard to go beyond the limiting beliefs that you have, because there are some things that I think for some of you, not every one of you, but some of you have been maybe played into the minds in some type of way. It could have been done by the other person knowingly or unknowingly. Just keep in mind that it's not because I'm saying that the relationship was toxic that the person was toxic that the person was necessarily really bad. There are some people that really are like, well, they are bad because they think it's okay, but sometimes we do things and we don't notice how they are bad, and I'm not trying to take sides. I'm just telling you that I just want to bring that nuance, because sometimes things are more complex. They are more gray than white and black, and we need to be careful about that. I don't want you to hate that person if you really don't have any reason to hate them, because maybe they told you things, but they didn't even know that it would put you in that state of Eight of Swords. They didn't even understood, or they didn't even understand, that they were manipulating you in some kind of way. But there are some people that really manipulate. Like for some of you, there was manipulation with the erase here. There were mind games, especially with the Eight of Swords that comes down just below the erase. But look at how powerful she is. How can you actually, how can you beat that? This screams power. So yeah, you're going to free yourself. This is what I keep hearing. You're going to free yourself from one way or another. Group 3, you're going to free yourself from something that doesn't serve you anymore, and it's going to liberate you and make you feel really, really more yourself and accessible for new love and new relationships. For some of you, your friendships have been I heard some friendships have been hitting the dirt because of your relationship with that person. So definitely some of you had codependent tendencies with that person. And yeah. So, okay. Yeah, so you've got the sunflower coming out from the Alchemy Flower Oracle deck. So it's longevity and loyalty. So I think it's all about optimism. All the yellow that is there, and optimism that you are going eventually to find something that is going to be a good long-term investment. And I think you should be loyal to yourself. That's what I heard, like being loyal to yourself first, and being able to invest in yourself first, because it's the thing that you will spend the most of your life with. You are the one that is going to spend the most of your own life with. So you should invest in yourself first and be loyal to yourself first. Know what's right for you, know what you like, what you don't like, know what you deserve, and invest in yourself to free yourself. So what advice from the Alchemy Flower Oracle can we have for group 3? Really nice, actually. Like the end of a chapter and the beginning of a really good one. Like a really nice one. So you're really in a transition. For most of you, group 3, you are in a transition, a major transition. Like I was talking about at the beginning, breaking ground or groundbreaking, something groundbreaking. I think it's a major change that is going to happen. Maybe for some of you it's been a while, like maybe like even some years, a few years that you've been with the same person, but it just doesn't make it anymore. There is no love anymore. So, well, there is love. Yeah, I mean, maybe you really love that person, but they don't love you as they should love you. You know what I mean? So, what advice do you have, spirits, for group 3? What advice do you have, spirits, for group 3? Advice for group 3. Advice for group 3. Advice for group 3, please. Can I have anything, please? Advice for group 3. Do I need to shuffle in a really aggressive way to have something? Group 3, please. Something. An advice. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. So we have this card talking about healing. So do I need to explain it to you? Maybe that's why they didn't want to they didn't want to put out a card for that. But because it's so straightforward, it's going to be like, you're going to heal yourself, you're going to invest yourself to heal yourself, and it's going to be the best investment you're going to make, long-term investment, because it will be allowing you to have a lifelong bond with someone eventually, because you will have done the healing. Once the healing is done, once you've invested into yourself, you'll be stable, you'll be prosperous, you'll be the Empress, you'll be powerful. Well, you are already, but you need to understand that. You need to feel like it. And that's hard sometimes, because sometimes you know that you are enough, but you don't feel like you are enough, and you need to work on that. So you need to invest into yourself and to heal yourself until this limiting belief or this limiting feeling here, like if you know that logically speaking you are enough, but that you don't feel that way, you need to heal something in order to be able to see that no, you are the Empress, you are the Queen of Cups, you have so much to give, and once the healing is done, you're going to be ready for something really long term. Like we have like loyalty and longevity. That could talk about like it could talk about anything really, but we have lifelong bound. So I think once this chapter of your life, this past chapter of your life is finally ended with a lot of healing done in the background, you're going to be ready to meet your soulmate. once this healing is done, I think really you're going to free yourself and be ready for a really significant partnership or love relationship. Maybe for some of you, even someone you're going to marry, if you're interested in that. Otherwise, just a high level commitment, someone that is going to be really, really significant. But you're going to be ready only if you make the healing necessary, and only if you release the baggage you have and the past you have, and what doesn't serve you, like leaving in the past what's in the past, leaving what doesn't serve you in the past. So it's really straightforward, and I think group 3, I don't have anything more to add to the reading really. It's as simple as that. You're going to free yourself from something that's been keeping you from being your true authentic self, and you're going to find joy again and hope again, and it's going to be a beautiful process. I'm not telling you that you're going to have your lifelong bound coming right the second you release your, what you need to release, but definitely because I think it's going to be a long-term process, that you're going to find a way to enjoy it though. With the fly here, I think you're going to free yourself, but you're going to find a way to enjoy it, to enjoy the freedom that you gained from releasing those things that doesn't serve you, and being like, wow, I didn't even know I could feel like that, or whoa, I didn't even know I could do those things. So it's going to be feeling really good, and maybe that's what is going to happen. It's going to feel really good investing into yourself, and without even realizing it, you're going to heal yourself, and that's what's going to be manifest your significant other in your life. So yeah, group 3, I think I'm going to leave your reading here. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope something resonated. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so really take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. I wish you a really, really nice day or night whenever you're watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.